Frugal Daddy and the girls are out at a Halloween event in town, and I opted to stay home because I am patching these pants. So I thought while I do my sewing, I'll make a little video. I am always in my extremist and obsessive way looking for ways to make my extreme frugality even more extreme. Like, push it to the psychotic extreme. That's my motto. And especially with quitting my job, I really need to turbocharge my frugality. So I was thinking last night, excuse me as I look down periodically because I have to look at my sewing. It's not just a prop. I really am mending these pants. It actually blows my mind how some people, not everybody, not you guys, but other people, either don't bother or don't know how to do things like sew on a button that falls off, or to mend something that's torn, or even to just sew a hem. Do you know anybody who sews a hem in a skirt or a dress? I learned how to do that from my Nana. Hemming is not that hard. Does anybody hem anything nowadays? I don't know. I'm not really in touch with things like hemming. At this juncture, a lot of my belongings that are made of fabric, such as clothing, towels, comforters, everything is just turning to rags all at once. Everything is falling apart. But does that mean I'll get rid of any of it? Oh, no. I am all about patching and mending. So now, for example, these are leggings that belong to my daughter, Autumn. And they got a big rip in the knee. And it's kind of stretchy fabric because they're leggings. I thought, kids' clothing's not that expensive. I could easily just run up to Target or Walmart or the thrift store and find her some more leggings or, pants to wear in the winter. And then I said, absolutely not. Because they're torn, it doesn't make them unwearable. We are all about sewing up that tear and putting a little patch on. Now, what I do with their old clothing, when they outgrow it, I do one of three things. Hold on, I have to let the dog out. Okay, puppy had to go out. I think it's four things, actually. Either I sell the clothing at the consignment store, I donate the clothing to this charity I know of that helps homeless people get settled in housing. I save the clothing, like if it's some item of clothing that is just so adorable and it's just so classic them, something they wore a lot and just looked really cute in, and it's still in good shape, then I keep it for future family member children. If it's an item of clothing that I really like the pattern on, the fabric, then I'll save it in this big pile I have of fabric to be used for things like patching pants. This fabric was also from leggings, some leggings they had when they were about 2 years old, and for whatever reason I saved it, but it's perfect for patching other leggings because the fabric kind of has some give to it, if you see what I'm saying. So if you're looking to take your frugality to another level. What am I doing with my hand here? If you're looking to take your frugality to another level and you don't yet know how to sew anything, well, it's time to learn. I'm not sure I'm the one to teach you. It's so basic. Sewing a button on, sewing a hem, sewing a patch on. I mean, you have a needle and thread. It's like in and out, up and down. You know how to sew. I'm enjoying a little bit of tea here. I feel so grandmotherly on a cold, rainy day, sitting with my tea, sewing ripped up clothing. It's dandelion tea. I have never had dandelion tea before. Just put that back over here. It has a weird flavor. I don't like it, but I want to taste it again so I can figure out what it tastes like. It's something gross. Asparagus. I like asparagus, but this tastes like asparagus water. Last night, I was thinking about that frugal adage. Basically, the idea of before you spend money, what do you already have that can make do? I was upstairs taking a bath, and I decided I didn't want to spend money by turning the lights on in the bathroom, although it was dark. So I brought up a few candles because we have a lot of candles. We have a big, huge candle stockpile. And I lit a few candles in the bathroom, and it was so pleasant. I wasn't doing it to set like a luxurious romantic mood in the tub. I was doing it because I'm cheap and I didn't want to use the electricity to turn the lights on. But I have to say, having a candlelit bath was really pleasant and enjoyable. Having the room be darker made it very calming and very soporific. Anyway, it was just very, very pleasant. And I thought, that's so interesting that taking the cheaper route where I can get away with not turning lights on, I'm just opting not to. I have lights on right now while I'm filming, which actually makes me extremely uncomfortable. You wouldn't be able to see me at all if I didn't put the lights on. But before I was filming, I was sitting here sewing with no lights on, just using what little bit of light is coming in through the windows. And it's a dark, dismal, rainy day. There's not a lot of light coming in. But for these professional grade videos, I must use the electric lights. As soon as we're done, those lights are going off though. So after my bath, I took a couple of candles into the bedroom with me to read by candlelight. It was a little dark for that, but it worked. You just have to get the candles close enough to your book. You know how when you have a big storm and the lights go out and you're like, we lost electricity, don't open the freezer. But then you snuggle up with the kids and you're reading a storybook by candlelight or with a flashlight, and then the lights go back on, and it's so disappointing because it was so fun having them off for a while. It can be like that every day for you if you just don't turn your lights on. I like to imagine what it would be like if I didn't pay my electric bill and we just didn't have any electricity to use. Okay, then we get into toilet paper. Now, as I told you once before, little Nevie went through this phase where she was using cloth diapers to wipe herself when she went pee-pee. I don't know why, she just didn't feel like using toilet paper for a while. And we went with it. I figured, okay, well, whatever. It's eco, it's frugal, go for it. And now she's back into using toilet paper, but I thought, well, we have all these cloth diapers. I've had them since my older daughter was a baby. My mother bought me these cloth diapers to use as burping cloths, you know, when you burp the baby. So I have all these really nice, soft cloth diapers. So for the past several days, I decided, okay, I'm going to give that a go. I know there are lots of people in the world who wipe themselves with fabric. A lot of people don't have access to toilet paper. So I took out the cloth diapers and I've been using them for wiping, just for peeing, not for pooing. I'll still use toilet paper for pooing. I mean, I'm not completely crazy. That might be a line I cross someday, but not yet. And I gotta say, the cloth is very soft, very pleasant. Similarly, in terms of saving on paper products, another thing that I find it's sort of funny and ironic. If you get out the cloth napkins, people think, oh, you're being fancy. Like, what's the special occasion? We're using the cloth napkins. But really, it's just a whole lot more frugal than using disposable paper napkins when you have a meal. Same deal, paper towel versus dish towels. Spend money, paper towels. Save money, use dish towels. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but some of you know I'm a huge fan of daily life in wartime Britain. So fascinated by daily life in England and Great Britain during World War II. The whole thing fascinates me. The food rationing and the whole make do and mend and victory gardens and everything about it. Everything about wartime England just fascinates me. You know, people had to be extremely creative because resources just weren't going to be put in to manufactured goods for people to buy. That, you know, even if you had money, the items weren't going to be there. So people had to just make do with what they had, be content with what they had, mend things, repair things, and get really creative. I think we need to do that. We need to get more in touch with that. I saw this program once about this family in England who was spending a certain period of time living as if they were back in 1940s London, I believe. So they moved into this house that had been outfitted all like a house from the 1940s. And, you know, they had to deal with food rationing and wear the clothing of the time and so forth. I remember them saying in that program that when they took a bath, it had been recommended that they fill the bathtub only 5 inches high with water. So whenever I take a bath, I always have that in my mind. 5 inches is the appropriate abstemious level of water to use. Now, you know, I love to save my bath water as well. I use it for washing clothes, I use it for flushing the toilet, and on days where I'm not going out in public and not going to work, I use the ice cold leftover bath water from the day before to wash myself the next morning. So I had last night's bath water left from the lovely candlelit bath, and so this morning I washed my face and washed my various critical parts with this nice ice cold water, and I have to say, it really does wake you up in the morning. It saves water, it's ecologically friendly, and really anything that requires heat is going to cost you money. It requires energy to heat things up. Every time you draw the hot water up from your hot water heater, that's just money. Money, 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 money is going to heat that water up. Every time your furnace kicks on to heat your house, money, 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 money. You know, I like to keep my house at about, 53, 54 degrees in the winter. And that goes nice with an ice cold wash. They pair well together. So I'm just saying, be aware of your use of heat. If you can do something with cold water just as well as you could do it with warm water, then do it with cold water. So anyway, if you have any suggestions for me of how to really ramp up my extreme frugality, any areas I can save money on that I don't already know, please let me know, because I am always willing to try anything to push it to the next level of extreme. I don't want to waste the dandelion tea, but I really don't want to drink it. I think I'll let it go cold, and then I'll use it to water a plant. I bet there's a lot of really good nutrition in there for a house plant. All right, we got to turn the lights back off now so I can sew in semi-darkness and go back to binge watching some Netflix shows. I know, it's the best afternoon ever. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave your comments below of super crazy, frugal, cheap-ass, cheapo, extreme cheapskate things for me to try. See you later.